Students can now expand their horizons globally with the institution of a new academic department at Bridgewater State College. The recently added African Studies department gives students the chance to increase their awareness of Africa and the modern world. The department, in conjunction with various clubs and other programs, put on its third annual Africa Awareness Week, complete with music, dancing, and a week-long video series.
The Africa Awareness Week is to bring awareness about Africa to our campus community. It's involved educational program and cultural program. I hope that we are going to bring the scholarship of Africa every year in March, but since now we have the new African Studies program, we will continue to contribute to educating our students, to preparing them to be a global citizen, since Africa is a very significant continent which is part of our world.
African drumming kicked off the week's events. Following immediately after that was a lecture on Africa, its youth, and globalization changes.
We often hear about the problems of Africa. We know about the war and the famine and disease and so forth. I want to talk about solutions.
Keynote speaker Jemadari Kamara is the co-director for the Center for African, Caribbean, and Community Development at UMass Boston. The center involves itself with educational, environmental, economical, and community development projects in the Caribbean, West Africa, and urban America.
We bridge those experiences to help people in our community better understand the linkage between our communities in philosophy and in struggle.
Dr. Kamara engaged the group of students, faculty, and staff in a discussion on the number of issues facing Africa in the 21st century. Among them are development, trade and commerce, and relationships with other countries.
China's role is an ever-increasing one in Africa, as it sees its interests being allied with the mineral base that Africa is able to provide. 25% of all of China's imported oil currently comes from Africa, and that is expected to double by 2020. Its role is continuing to expand, and it is one that we should certainly be concerned about because African states are as well.
According to Kamara, one of the critical issues Africa is confronting is how to engage their youth population. Currently, more than 50% of Africa's population is under 21.
One of the things that starkly impacts Westerners when you go to any major African city is the number of youth, of young people that you see in the cities all over the continent.
While the country is getting proactive in this effort through their educational institutions, UMass Boston is doing their part with the Yes to Africa program. YES, which stands for Youth, Education, and Sports, uses sports as a vehicle to organize and train youths. This is done through a 5-part program focusing on not only athletics, but health education, environmental awareness, technology, art, culture, and music.
This is the kind of practical applied work that we're trying to engage in our community, to share with our students and others in the broader community when we talk about the globalization and the transformation in Africa.
Dr. Kamara stressed the importance of understanding globalization and challenged the crowd to rethink and conceptualize the things that are implicit in their own minds.
Part of the dynamic of globalization is not just physical, it's not just territorial. It is about the construction and the creation of ideas.
Africa Awareness Week will cap off with a student panel on Friday, but we'll be seeing more of the African culture in 2 months as the World Cup takes center stage.
But it's going to show a new dimension, a new image of Africa in Johannesburg and Cape Town and Pretoria and Durban that we've never really seen or considered as being Africa.
You can view Dr. Kamara's speech in its entirety on Tuesdays and Fridays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.